Professor Dave here. Let's conjugate andare.
He knows a lot about all kinds of stuff. Professor Dave explains.
We now know how to conjugate regular verbs of the first conjugation, which end in are. But unfortunately, there are 4 irregular verbs for this group, and they are very important because of how common they are. So we need to memorize these conjugations as well. The first one we will look at is andare, which means to go. As soon as you begin, you will probably be surprised by how this verb changes, as io vado doesn't resemble the infinitive at all. But the reason behind this is quite simple. Vado derives from a Latin verb that also means to go. Once that is understood, the other forms will look a little friendlier. After io vado, we have tu vai. Lui va. Noi andiamo. Voi andate. Loro vanno. Notice that only the first and second person plural forms resemble the infinitive. The difficulty with this verb is not so much memorizing the forms, but the preposition that is required after. Andare can be followed by in or a or even da, depending on whether the movement describes entering or approaching. The usage of these prepositions is best learned by example rather than rule, so let's go through some common situations. If you are going to a city or a small island, you always use a. Oggi vado a Pisa. Domani vado a Capri. If you are going to a big island, country, or continent, you use in. Oggi vado in Sicilia. Domani vado in Francia. If you are going to see a person, you use da. Ora vado da Vittorio. Domani vado dalla zia. If you are describing your own motion in a vehicle of some kind, you use in. Io vado in treno. Loro vanno in macchina. Io vado in moto. Loro vanno in bicicletta. This only applies to machines, so when walking or riding an animal, we use a. Io vado a cavallo. Loro vanno a piedi. English often uses to go plus an infinitive in order to express a future action, like, next summer I am going to swim in the ocean. Italian doesn't do this. Instead, andare plus an infinitive will simply mean to go to a place in order to be able to do that action. Dove vai? Vado a nuotare in piscina. Vado a mangiare al ristorante. To actually describe the action of swimming or eating, we would need the future tense, which we will learn later. Now that we know how to say that we are going somewhere, let's learn how to say some places where we might be going. Oggi vado in biblioteca. In ufficio. In montagna. In città. In farmacia. In pizzeria. Domani vado a scuola. A casa. Al cinema. All'università. Sabato vado da Grazia. Dallo zio. Dalla nonna. dal dottore, dal barbiere, dal dentista, dalla parrucchiera. Lastly, there are a few idiomatic meanings for andare. It can sometimes represent functionality. If your car isn't working, you could say, la macchina non va. It could refer to being fashionable. Quel colore non va più di moda. It could refer to how things are proceeding. Come va la scuola? La scuola va benissimo. It could refer to how well clothing fits. Le scarpe mi vanno bene. It could imply a state of being. Lei va pazza per la musica jazz. And lastly, it could refer to cost. Quanto vanno quelle scarpe? Now that we know how to use andare, let's check comprehension. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. Support me on Patreon so I can keep making content. And as always, feel free to email me, ProfessorDaveExplains@gmail.com.